Well, God morning. Yeah, that sounded good. Welcome everyone. Aloha. Aloha. You know, I just have to let you know right now, is this not the most beautiful island to live on and to visit? Yes. Yeah. I just woke up with this gratitude today after 2.5 years. I just went, oh my God, I live here. Have you ever had that feeling? Oh my God, I live here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a few announcements to start it out, and we have our, what we like to call the Island Reporter. Just so you know, if you ever want to Facebook her, get to be her friend, she will let you know every nook and cranny that is going on in this island. Nothing happens that she doesn't know. Well, not everything. And introducing Michelle LeMay to do our wonderful announcement.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sure there are some things that I don't know about that happen. We're laughing because I have to keep pushing this down because I'm not as tall. Alrighty, well, we do have a couple of events that I'll be sharing about, but then also a few new announcements. So everything that I share is on the back of your pamphlet, but you also, when you arrived, you received something else I'll be talking about, a sheet that is for our new sacred service. Opportunity is what they're calling it. So did everybody receive one of these when you came in? No? Okay, so there we'll get you some. Yeah, there's probably. Alrighty, well, first thing, just today after service, we are going to be having our Mindful Men's Treehouse and the Women in Consciousness meeting. And for those of you who are new, what that is we get together almost directly after service down in Lidgate. The men meet over in one of the pavilions near the Heiau in the big parking lot area. And then the women, we usually meet at the big pavilion and find another spot if the big pavilion is being used. So today is a special day for the men because they will be doing a little bit of a celebration for Sean. He was also known as Atmosphere here. He passed a few weeks ago, and today actually happens to be his birthday. So for the men, you guys are going to be sharing stories and memories and kind of celebrating that. That's not the big overall service that's going to happen. That's just something that's happening today just specifically with the men. And then the ladies, we're going to be doing our event being led by Reverend Rita. And if she is Deb here, if you can wave, everybody knows who Deb is. She is going to be going down early to grab a spot and could use some help. So if someone is willing to help Deb directly after the meeting, and why I say almost directly after is because it does take us a little bit to socialize and then kind of clean everything up. But Deb would be the point person to help look out, and even if it's a couple of women that could help Deb out, because that way we can help direct. Once a spot is found, then people can be directed over. And then while Deb is standing, I will also talk about another event that's going to be happening on Friday the 28th, which is again for the Women in Consciousness. This is a social event. We're going to be getting together at Sun Village at 4 o'clock on that Friday. Again, Deb is the point person for that, and we're going to be doing a swap. So it's going to be a clothing, accessory, jewelry, pretty much anything you're ready to let go of swap. And it is going to be done at Sun Village in the rec room, which is also right next to the pool. So if anybody is wanting to swim, you can come. Be prepared. Bring your own bathing suit. I don't know if we'll be swapping bathing suits, but if you want to swim and be in the hot tub, that's a whole Rob. That's a whole different event. But it is something for us to get together as women to also, just get to know each other more, have a social event, and of course let go things that we're ready to let go of. And what better way to fill that space back up with someone else's stuff that they were ready to let go of. We can find treasures that way.
And the sign-up sheet is in back.
Perfect. Alrighty, well thank you, and thank you, Deb. So if you are willing to help out after the service, please let Deb know to go down and find a spot. And then on Wednesday, which is the 26th, so not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, Anna Myers is a member who lives in Princeville, and what she likes to do is have gatherings at her house to talk about the Science of Mind magazine. And they take a couple of articles from the magazine and discuss it, and they just do it in the comfort of her home. So she does it every month, once a month, and so it's always the last Wednesday of the month at 3 o'clock in Princeville. So if that is something that you're interested in learning more about, you can get in contact with Anna and she'll give you directions, but it's just an informal gathering. You don't even need to necessarily have the magazine, though it's always good to have it, and we do have copies of it out back in the bookstore along with other books, sign-up sheets for the different events, t-shirts. We still have a couple of t-shirts. And in regards to the sheet that you got, the Sacred Service opportunity, this is because we are truly growing as a community. We are really bringing a lot of light and activities and events to the island, and the reverends and some of us who've been helping out need a little bit of help. And if you do have the Science of Mind magazine, today's reading was actually talking about It Takes a Village. And that's the same idea here, where to have our community continue to grow and blossom and do all that we want to be able to do, we do need some help. So the sheet that you received talks about the different activities that you could possibly be interested in helping out in. It doesn't have to be something that's weekly. Some of them are just monthly, on a monthly basis. But please take time to read through these. There's several wonderful opportunities, even if you're just wanting to pitch in the spur of the moment and help clean up after a service, or if you're wanting to be more committed and actually be the volunteer coordinator, you can do that as well. So we encourage you. It's something new that we're rolling out, so we're just kind of introducing it now, but Reverend Patrick will spearhead it until we find someone who can be the coordinator. But you can ask any of us who have been members for a little while, if you have any questions, or if you want to just sign up. There are sign-up sheets in the back, or of course you can always let Reverend Patrick know. And in regards to our community growing, we are going to be having a sacred journey in January. And I was asked after last week's service, what is a sacred journey? What that is, it's a week-long retreat for people who are coming from the mainland and Canada. Right now we have 25 people that are going to be coming, and it's a retreat for them. It's also considered a fundraiser for Center for Spiritual Living. But what happens is that there are events throughout the week that the whole community can participate in. And one of them is a really big party that we're going to be doing down at Lidgate. And we have a goal for that party. And that goal is to have 150 members for the whole community that's on island and off island, because we've got some members that are on the mainland. And right now we are at 118. So that's an idea for you to keep out, that's a goal that we want to have. And I believe that we are going to make it because we've already put it out there. We've already said that it's so. And if you are wanting to become a member, there are also membership forms out in the back. All right. Well, great. Well, I hope you all enjoy your service. We'll see you after at the Mindful Men's Treehouse. I always want to call it a retreat, but the Treehouse or the Women's Circle. Thank you.
And she didn't even look down, so I don't know why that was so important for it to go down. No. But I saw her never look down at that. So now we are, as a community, are ready now to just take a moment so that we can center ourselves, we can have our meditation. Thank you so much. And then also, this is the time that our children can leave, and we'll just wait on the peace candle. So we have two, oh yeah, they're there. Hey guys. So there's Janice, our wonderful leader. And we're going to sing loud and clear this one, because last week everyone was a little tentative.
I hired someone to
Well, thank you, Jonathan. That's great. I wasn't aware we had a budget for that. But all right, are you ready?
Yeah. You ready, girls?
You are walking in the light, as the light, as the light. You are walking as the light of God. You are walking as the light, as the love, as the love. You are walking as the love, as the love of God. There you go. So, now, yes, we're getting much better with that. By the time we have 10 of these kids walking out there, we're going to be like jamming with this song. Okay, so we have our time of centering. We also have our time to light the peace candle. And what we believe about this is we do not wait as a community. We do not wait as individuals for peace to happen because of what's out there. Peace starts right here, right now, where we are. So that is how we create peace in this world, on this island, and within ourselves. Peace of mind. So thank you. And I want to invite Malia up, who just started her practitioner training, which I'm so thrilled. There's 5 of them now. And I'm going to turn this time of centering and meditation. Oh, 6. Uh-oh. What does that mean?
So before we have our quote of the day, I'd like to invite everybody to do a little bit of a relaxation technique. You could do it all through the meditation. So I'd like to invite everyone to put one hand on your belly, your tummy, and then when you inhale, imagine that you're blowing up a beach ball. So I would over-exaggerate mine. So when you inhale, the belly gets really big. And on the exhale, pull it into the spine, breathing through the nose. So inhale, filling up the beach ball. Exhale, pulling it in. Okay, I'm going to ask you to continue breathing like this with the eyes closed. Filling up the beach ball. And exhale, pulling it in. And as you continue doing this, I'd like to invite you to roll your eyes up with the eyes closed, looking at the third eye. And that is the spot between the brow and up a tiny bit. And what this does is it stimulates your pituitary gland to help you to have better intuitive abilities. And if your mind is still too busy, another thing you could do while you're deep breathing now, filling up that beach ball. On the inhale, say to yourself, Sat, S-A-T, and on the exhale, Nam. It sounds like Sat Nam, or it sounds like But Mom, but it's Sat Nam. So I'm going to invite you to go inhale Sat, exhale Nam. And Sat Nam means truth is my name, or truth is my essence. So continue with your deep breathing, and I'll read the quote of the day. You have lots to do. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Look at your third eye. Blow up your beach ball. Okay. I'm going to read from Rumi. If you ever knew yourself for even a moment, if you could just glimpse your most beautiful face, maybe you wouldn't slumber so deeply in the house of clay. Why not move into your house of joy and shine into every crevice? For you are the secret treasure bearer and always have been. Didn't you know? Rumi.
Starting to come back to your body, to this room, to this beautiful space. Hear from Ruby again.
If you knew yourself, even for a moment, if you could just glimpse your most beautiful face, maybe you wouldn't slumber so deeply in the house of clay. Why not move into your house of joy and shine into every crevice? For you are the secret treasure bearer and always have been. Didn't you know?
And staying in that place of knowing, what I know is that joy is present right here, right now. There is that infinite intelligence, that power of love that moves through and through each and every one of us right here, right now. I know it, I feel it, I accept it. And what I know is that this gathering, this celebration that we are partaking in right now is just that expression of good, of God. Call it whatever you want. It needs no name, for it is the all that is all. And that is who we are at all times. So bathing in this identity of truth, of love, of power. I just know that this time together just unfolds perfectly. How can it not when that is what we are coming from right here and right now, and that is perfection. And also in this time of celebration, I want to celebrate one of our wonderful, wonderful members here, Adam, who is celebrating his new nephew, a new burst of light, a new wonderful burst of light, Reed Robert Streller, who God had an idea and said, yes, let it be Reed. And so we celebrate this newness of life, and celebrate the newness of life, the revitalizing of our own birth, our rebirthing in this moment, to say yes, yes, yes. So with mahalo just pouring through, and as me pouring through, and as each and every one of you, we together say, as one in consciousness, and so it is.
Aloha, everyone. Aloha. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. This is Reverend Patrick. Reverend Rita, Jeremy, and Amy Brown are back.
Yay! Welcome home.
Thank you, Michelle, for those amazing announcements. It's so nice to have you do them. And Malia, thank you for the beautiful Rumi quote and for teaching us how to breathe properly. It's very peaceful and very good. So again, welcome. And in case you don't know where you are, if you're here for the first time, you're in a Center for Spiritual Living, which is a center in a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is an international organization. And we practice the science of mind and spirit, the ancient wisdom that says that God is and through everything, that there's not a spot where this power and divine light is not, that that's who we are, and we celebrate it in each other and awaken each other and ourselves to that magnificence of who we are. That is our mission. That is our mission. So we come to celebrate that today and to live our lives from that highest place at all times, no matter what is going on, that we can live from that highest place and bring that to our experience here on this earth plane. So welcome again to Center for Spiritual Living.
And welcome back. I see a few faces that are coming back, and it's just great to see you each year come back. And one thing about the air conditioning, and I just want to let you know, here's the good news. This is the coolest room in the entire building. Here's the not so good. It is what it is. But to know that this is the coolest room makes me feel so much better.
We attracted that.
So we did indeed. And that is why I cut my hair. We said goodbye to ponytail this week. But Pony will be back someday. So who is here for the first time? You cannot hide from me because I all know that if you, there you are. There you go.
You get one.
You do get one. And it was,
Would you pass this back for me?
pardon me?
Just don't. I can.
What's the matter, guys? Everything okay? Yeah. I just want to make sure everything.
Well, it's family, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's like, isn't it funny how we all try to pretend we don't, like we're not here, and you're like, oh man, you can't see me. We see you, you see us, we're transparent, it's all good. So, now that you're here for the first time, in the envelope that you're carrying, there's something we know about you. Don't open it quite yet. But we found out something about you, and we would like to let you know what it is. And you're, oh, well, did you get, no? No. We know something about you. Yes, you have been. Yes, you have. But I haven't seen you in the front row. So this they moved from that. So what I know is that we know this about you. Shall we share it with them? Yeah. Okay. Good. You are magnificent. And you knew that, right? Our Phoenix girl knew that. Yeah. Yes, of course. So we know that about you because we share the same thing with the same DNA. So here it is. So shall we say it all together? I am magnificent. So just look over to your left, right, behind you, whatever, and just say a little, you are magnificent, you are magnificent. You are magnificent. You're magnificent. And we are live streaming, so guess what? You are magnificent. That's right. We don't want to forget about you. Alrighty. So shall we get this party started, or did we already start it? So I would suggest, just to make yourself a little more hot, stand up so we can
Yeah, don't move too
yeah, don't resist it too much. That's cooling, exactly. And it's a new month, kind of, because they were not here at the beginning of the month, so we have some new music. It's in your program.
All right, I'm going to sing this song one time, because I think most of you probably don't know this song. But if you do, sing along with me for the first one. And if you couldn't hear that, my echoes will be out. All right, Kolu Manui, song by Robert J.K. Kaua'i. E kolu me anui whakamonua O kamana o i o kamana o lana A me he aloha kai ui ake Po mai kahi hawea O mai karinamea. All right, everybody, here we go. E kolu me anui whakamonua O kamana o hi o kamana o lana A me he aloha aloha kai ui ake O mai karinamea O mai karinamea One more time. E kolu me anui mapamonua O kamana o i o kamana o lana A me ke aloha kai ui ake O mai karinamea O mai karinamea O mai karinamea I read the three important things in the world: faith, hope, and love. Love is the best, and everything is blessed. And everything is blessed.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. So every once in a while, we like to fill this spot right here with something we call In the Light. And it's basically one of our members or congregants sharing something of themselves with us, some spiritual truth coming from themselves. And today we have asked our beautiful member Ronald LeMay to come up and share himself with us. He has a special message for us.
You can use whichever mic you want.
Aloha. Aloha. How's everyone doing today?
Great.
You know, I am blessed and honored to be a part of this congregation, to have Reverend Rita and Reverend Patrick in my life, and all you wonderful people. So a couple of days ago, I got a text message from Reverend Patrick, and he asked me if I would do a short segment on service. Not this kind of service, but service in the community. Because I do a lot of service work. I belong to a couple of organizations and we do a lot of service work. And for me, that has that's been very fulfilling, very fulfilling. I am the elected president of the Rotary Club of Kaua'i, and we do a lot of service work in the community. And there's another organization that I belong to, and we do a lot of service work. And it's been really, really fulfilling, you know, in my life to be able to give back to the community that I live in, to help youngsters. Because when I was growing up in the city of New York, I used to go to a summer camp, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. You know, I'm a city kid. I just want to stay, you know, in the city, play basketball, hang out with my friends. But my mom and my dad had different ideas. So they would ship us off to summer camp. And I hated it because they sent us up to the Catskill, out in the woods, the snakes and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not feeling that. But after 2 weeks of being there, something clicked, something changed. You know, I learned to do canoeing. I took a junior lifeguard course and I passed. They showed us how to build fires and do tents and, you know, all this survival kind of stuff, you know, and I couldn't wait till the next time to go back, you know, and that's been, you know, something that's been constant in my life, that people have been coming into my life and giving me skills to help me make it through life. And so, you know, it's been a part of, you know, my makeup in the last 25 years to do the same thing, you know, to help kids with an opportunity to learn something different, something out of their normal, to get out of the box, to learn something different, some usable skills that will help them later on down the road. And so, you know, it's been very, very important to me, very, very fulfilling. And I get to work with some amazing people, and I still get to learn stuff. You know, I'm still teachable. You know, and that's one of the things about being in service, because I get to learn stuff that, you know, like that I don't know. So I'll just share briefly. Yesterday, we had a volunteer work day. Our organization puts on the Taste of Hawaii every year, first Sunday in June, and it's held over here at Smith Tropical Paradise, and we have all of these canopy tents that we put up. There's literally, you know, 50 tents. And so when we break down, we just break them down and put them in the storage. Well, you really have to, there's intricate parts of it, so you really need to kind of do the frames so that when we go for the next event, you know, everything is put together. It's not a mumble jumble. So yesterday we did the jigsaw, putting them back together. I had never done that before, you know, and the trick about it is when you put the frames back together, you put them together upside down. So it's not like you know, like how you see it when the tent's up. It's reversed, so it's like, you know, it just really just boggled my brain. But after 5 of them, I was on it. I was on it. I was doing one by myself. I was like, I don't need no help. I got this. But the first one was like, oh, I don't even know what this is. You know, and that's been, you know, indicative of the things that, you know, we get to do in these organizations where we work with the young people. When we work with anybody who doesn't know exactly what it is that we're doing, you know, we just get to show them a couple of times and see if they, you know, get the hang of it. If they don't get the hang of it, we just keep showing them, you know, and pretty soon something will happen where, you know, they will amaze you, you know. So, you know, I'm just really grateful to be a part of this organization. I get to do service, not only with the, you know, Center for Spiritual Living, but, you know, outside of this room and inside of my life. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we didn't forget to call you Mr. President. There we go. Thank you so much. Yes, from the first time that I met Ron and Michelle, There's just service just was so important, and that's why we're starting the service ministry, because when we grow as an organization and we grow as a community and a family, we were talking about that. That's part of that ownership, right? It's part of that when we're building a house. It's great to live there, but every once in a while you have to clean it and you have to do a couple of things, unless you get to go to summer camp, and then I guess things will. But anyway, I'm so glad you're back. And to be doing some special music. When did you get back? Tuesday. So you have a little, you've acclimated a little bit back in. So welcome back, and here they are for our special music today, Jeremy and Amy.
The song is called Seabird, and it was written in the 70s by Jerry Santos and Robert Beaumont. And those guys formed a group called Olamano. Really love this song. Send this one to Sean's family. Sometimes in the evening time, yes, I miss your smile. And I wonder what it would have been like if you came and stayed a while. Look into the waters of a clear mountain stream. Looking into your eyes, I thought I saw my dream. Walk on me until you blow away my love to the other side. I'll be gliding like a seabird on the tide. I've traveled far and wide, my friend, and I know it won't be long until you find words to write your own sweet song. Look into the eyes of those you want to see, and reach out for every hand that calls you to be free. Until you find the answers, I will wait for you, my friend. I'll be gliding like a seabird on the wind. Look into the waters of a clear mountain stream. Looking into your eyes, I thought I saw my dream. Till you find the answers, I will wait for you, my friend. I'll be gliding like a seabird on the wind. I'll be gliding like a seabird on the wind. I'll be gliding like a seabird on the wind.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Just take a moment to let that settle. There's so much that we can hear in the silence if we'll just listen. sometimes I'm amazed at how crowded my mind can get. And I think I'm listening, but what I'm really doing is thinking. And I'm thinking of all these things, and I couldn't possibly hear anything of truth when I'm just thinking. And then I think that everything I think is the truth. And that's not true. They're just my thoughts. And I know now that if I want to decide where my thoughts are coming from, if they're coming from my highest self, or then I know that those thoughts are thoughts that would tell me, that would intuit through me that I am good, I am love, I am safe, I am at peace. Thoughts that bring that to mind. Anything else? That's how I know the difference, because anything else that I'm thinking is just coming from my subjective field, we call it in science of mind, my subconscious, the subconscious of the world, the race consciousness. That's just a mass of just ideas and thoughts that really have nothing to do with anything but the outside world. But in order to hear the true voice, we've got to be willing to listen. And that means we've got to shut up. So how do we shut up? How do we do it? We just do it. We just sit there. And we had a week in boot camp this week called A Day, because we do 2 ideas each week. And it was listen and resolve. And as we sit and we really listen, if we really listen, we can hear beyond the layers of the outside noises, because the world is a noisy place, right? But if we really listen, really truly listen, we can hear what's underneath the rooster crowing. We can hear what's underneath somebody just jabbering on and on. We can hear if we just truly will take the time to really listen. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of putting myself down because I don't think I'm good enough, or I didn't do good enough, or whatever. I'm tired of it, and I think it's time. I don't know if any of you feel that way, but for that voice inside us that's telling us that we're less than we are, I'm tired of listening to it, and I'm ready to not listen to it anymore. And every time it comes up, to tell it that I know something better. And when I listen to other people, sometimes when you hear from where you are. You hear from where you are in consciousness. So when you think you're hearing something from someone, or reading something in an email, or whatever, you're hearing from where you are in consciousness. Now, that's not to put us down. That's just to understand where we're coming from, because we can't hear anything that we don't know. So it's in acting class, we used to do this exercise where we take a word, a plain word, like a phrase, like good morning, and we'd say it in a million different ways. The same 2 words, right? And it's left up to interpretation, because playwrights write about subtext all the time. And sometimes I think we listen for subtext to things that could just be neutral things, or just could be whatever they are. They could be anything, but we're interpreting them from where we are. So the goal is, and the journey is, to really listen from our highest place. To really listen from that highest place. Ernest Holmes said, "I will listen for thy voice, and it will tell me of great things to be done." I will listen for thy voice, and it will tell me great things to be done. That voice he's talking about is our authentic voice. We all have it, and we all know when we're hearing it. And every time we're telling ourselves that all this other stuff that is not our authentic voice, we just need to say to ourselves, I listen, I listen, I listen. And then get real quiet and really listen. There's a song. It's called In the Silence. And I used to love this song. Our minister would sing it up all the time at the end of service. And one time somebody said to him, "How can you sing that song and expect me to hear the silence? Because you're singing." And I said, "You don't get the song." So I want to sing the song for you because it's such a beautiful song. Maybe you've heard it before. I don't know. I'm going to sing it a cappella. It's written by somebody named Jack Fowler. And it goes like this. In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could ever be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God. Oh, I find God. I find myself. Ernest Holmes wrote, "We must listen for this voice. Call it consciousness, call it intuition, or what we will. It is there. No man need go unguided through life, for all are divine at the center, and all are images of the Most High." Namaste.
You leave me with that, do you? My. I was sitting over there because I had no idea, and I was going, oh no, she is not going to leave me in the silence.
No, I wouldn't, so.
I bet you know. Well, anyway. Yeah, that was beautiful, and I do love that song as well. And I probably could just let that be it, but you know me. That won't be occurring. But I like this idea of our talk today was called Listen Up. And when I kept thinking about the term listen up, it kind of sounded like, like kind of drill sergeant. Like, listen up, And I thought, wow, there's kind of a command. So I looked it up in the dictionary, of course, which knows everything. And it says, listen up, to listen carefully, usually a command. Now listen up. This is important. Listen up, you guys. So that means instead of just listening to the still small voice that's real gentle and loving and going, psst, listen. This one's saying, if you don't listen, listen up, right? Have you ever been there where you go, oh, there's a buzzing noise in the room. It must be something trying to get my attention. And that's that inner part of ourselves that is sitting there saying, something needs to be known, something needs to be felt, something needs to be put in action, or something needs to be put in non-action. Both. But we don't listen sometimes because I have this gift. I'm going to be really honest with you. If you know me long enough, you might think I like to talk. Now, there is truth to this. But here's the great thing that I found out through the years. I'm an excellent listener. I am so, bless you, I can hear things, like if I'm in a restaurant, it's almost like kind of a curse, like I'm in a conversation, and I can hear what's going on around me. So I almost like in the middle of it want to get up and go, you're going to be just fine if you'll just, and I realize I'm not really with them, you know? I'm not with the other people at the other tables, and yet I am still very much alive and present in the conversation that I'm having. Now, that's a good thing and a not so good thing, because later on in life I remember every single thing you said. And so, you know, you walk up to somebody and you will say, how's your little one doing? You know, and you haven't seen him in a couple of years, and they look at you like kind of the real creepy look, you know, like, who is he? What does he know? You know, and it's because we were in a conversation a long time ago and I was listening. And so what's important to me is if we do not listen, I don't know about you, but when I have not listened to what my intuition, which I believe was a gift that was sent with us in case we got into trouble, that it would say, by the way, this might be a better choice. But if you don't listen, it ends up in this chaos that Rita had in her song about all that chaos in the world. And the stuff that our bodies will tell us they're wonderful things. They'll tell us what we need to know. Because remember something, our bodies are guided not by the body, but guided by spirit. So spirit is whole and complete and always making itself way back home, which is right here. But if we don't listen, and I haven't at times, I have experienced dis-ease. I've experienced the uncomfortability of the body when it says, please, I want to be whole and complete. Help me out. And then if we don't do it, our relationships can sometimes go on the rocks, right? Because we're not listening sometimes to what your partner might be saying. And sometimes that's deliberate. And sometimes it is not. And sometimes you look, I'm kidding. I'm trying to lighten up the group a bit, yes. But my thing is about not listening. When we don't listen, it will get our attention. And all of you know that to be true. You've watched it when you haven't listened. It will come and make sure. Because that is our intuitive nature, to be whole and complete, because that is what we are. So it's important. I like what Rita was saying. It made me think of when she said, you can say something 100 different ways, right? And it all means something different. I mean, I used to experiment with animals, like with dogs, you know? And you would go like, if you said to them, listen, baby, how's my baby? They're like, you know, all crazied out, you know, because they're feeling that, right? But you could also say to that, I cannot stand you. I hate you. Yes, I do. And they're like, right? Because they're not hearing words. They're going beyond the words. And then you can look at them and say, you know, the same thing, you know, I don't like, you know, I'll get all crazy with the dog, and the dog will act completely different. Beyond the words. Beyond the words. It is the feeling nature. That's why emails are wrong. Just to let you know right off the bat. Because if you've ever read an email back to somebody, you put it with a voice, and you do all that, oh, do you know what she said? She said, and you got this whole like voice. You have no idea what she or he said on that email. And I love Reverend Rita because she said emails are for one thing only, and they are for facts. I'll be there at 8. Not a little something so we can go into our land of misinterpretation. Oh, I know. Everyone's going, I've never done that. It's never happened to me. But isn't that true, though? Or someone will say, you know, good morning. Did you see what they were saying? They said good morning. But on emails, they're really dangerous. And I have learned throughout the years they get shorter and shorter because I realize that they're always getting misinterpreted. Always. And that's just the way, and what's interesting to me is while we're in the world of listening, are we listening for what's good? Or are we looking to find that one little limitation that can set our whole day into that little spin? I know. But we don't do that. Loya, you don't do that. What I look for is the good. I told you before, I'm the happy ambassador, and I am an activist for good. So today I want you to listen up and listen up good. You are magnificent and you know it. And I want you to listen like your life depended on it. Because it does. I want you to hear that again. Listen up because your life depends upon it. We have come to, as you heard last week if you were here, we've come to a time in our life where we need to listen. Not to all of the voices that are, like Rita said, that are telling us everything that we're not. We need to listen to that voice that says, yes, I've got your back. I'm with you. I am you. And we need to listen up to what's good in the world. Can we just spend a day? I don't even want you to do it for a week. Can we just spend a day looking everywhere we can and listening for everything that's happening that's good? Let's do it. Let's try it. At least try it. Somebody said, well, I tried it. For how long? Well, it was about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, you're worth more than that. Listen up. Because there is something that is talking to us at all times. And guess what? It has no words. I've said it a million times. There are no words to what we're looking for. It is strictly a feeling. And if you know me well, you know I'm starting to rise with spirit right now. So you just fasten those seatbelts. Because we're ready to go. Because this is what's happening. We are evolving. We are evolving in ways that we have never dreamed possible. And guess what? We were talking this morning, Rita and I we don't have to wait till the morning. We don't have to wait till this is over. It can absolutely transform right here, right now, no matter what happened before this time together. All of that, anything that does not stand up to its magnificence is a lie. Is a lie that has been told by society, has been told by yourself, and that's the biggest thing. It's been told by you. You bought it. Now, take it back. There is something waiting, and we have been on call waiting. Have we not? Oh, yeah, I'll get back. Oh, good in my life? Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. Anyway, no. Get off a call waiting, get off the phone, and listen. That's how magnificent you are. I know this woman over here. She's from Phoenix. And it's 118 degrees in Phoenix. She listened. She said, I'm going to Kauai. What do you think? Let's give her a hand. She listened. That's right. If you listen, it's all in your favor. It is all. See, I told you I was listening. I met her for the very first time out there. I listened, and you became a part of my talk. Thank you very much. So, in closing, what are we going to do? We're going to listen what? Yeah, listen up good. We're going to listen up good. And this isn't about scolding. Stop it. I'm going to say this, and I don't really like the word shut up, but sometimes it's actually a little handy. But I want you to be quiet about this. I want you to stop it. Stop listening to any voice that doesn't exactly tell you who you are. And then you say, well, I can't do that. Or what am I going to do? Walk around like, oh, actually you are. And you know what? It's going to feel good. Because the other stuff feels like crap. And yeah, sometimes you can't help what goes on. Life's events. You bet. And they hurt and they feel and they all of those things. But way at the very deep center, and I know that a lot of you are experiencing this thing with our beautiful brother Sean. I understand. But I know at the center of where Sean is right now, Sean is listening in a way that is so wondrous. And we get the opportunity to live life to the fullest, to celebrate that. Are you with me? I know it. Today's been quite a day. So I'm going to close once again for the third time. Gosh, it's amazing what you can do when you can. I love you. And someone said to me, you say that an awful lot. I love you, I love you. My mother, my beautiful mother, who's now probably right here saying, do not talk about me again. My mother used to say, I don't really like it when you say I love you. Because she thought it was fake. because she thought it was about love needs to be shown, needs to be felt. So I'm not putting her down, but let me tell you something. I could have bought that. And I say that that is not the truth. Any opportunity that I get to say I love, any opportunity that I get to be love, I'm taking it. I'm taking it like my life depended on it. And it does. Your life depends on it because you are love. I love you. Namaste. Namaste, my beautiful. All right. Everybody has this wonderful look. You can see you from me. You have this wonderful look on your face. It's just beautiful. So many different forms of expressions of this thing called good, right? This thing called life. This is our time of affirmative giving. That means this is a time that we give not only of the monetary, not only what's in the envelopes, but we give from ourselves, we give from our hearts, we give from everything. And I want you to do this. There's a lot of people that give monthly, they do this. So when the basket comes around, it's not a basket of, oh, and all the feelings that go with it. Really look in the basket and just bless it. You bless it. We're the reverends here, you bless it. You bless what's in that basket. You bless that consciousness that you brought into this room. That's how important you are. So I don't want to see it passing by like, oh, no, acknowledge it. It's a part of it all. There you go. And we have a
affirmation in the program. It's divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing that it returns to me abundantly. Take it away.
Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am.
Oh, bless us.
Yes, I give great thanks for the consciousness in this room, the consciousness within each of us that is that giving place, that place of love, that place of magnificence. I give thanks for the consciousness in this basket, and I know it goes forth to heal, to prosper, to bless, not just the center, but the island of Kauai and beyond. It is good and more good, and I know it comes back abundantly to each of us. And with this blessing and with this thanksgiving, I just release this word. I release it as law, as we say together, and so it is now. So thank you for coming today. Thank you for sharing yourselves with us. Thank you to Brenda and Stephanie, who stood at the door today and greeted you, and for Roseanne, thank you so much. I love you for making the programs and more that you do, and Rob, thank you for this. It really is important, the live streaming. For all of you that go off island, we are live streaming, and I know people wait for it, and sometimes our internet's not that good and it goes down, but we always record it, so if it does go down, it's available always later. Thank you to you two beautiful people. We're glad to have you back. Jeremy and Amy, thank you for blessing us with your beautiful music. And
we have, of course, I'm looking at the two over here.
Yes.
We usually start with the announcements, and now we're going the other way. So we have our island reporter. Give it up for those fantastic announcements. And the other whole part of their relationship, we don't believe in halves here, it's all whole. And we have Ron, who gave us our wonderful In the Light and told us a little bit about service, and thank you very much.
And Malia, thank you for the beautiful
Malia.
meditation. Thank you so
And the
much.
whole breathing, and
And all of you. And Janice, here you are. Thank
It
you
was
so much
perfect.
for taking our beautiful children. And do you have anything to share with us?
they do.
Do they want a microphone?
I think they're going to show you. We
Okay.
read this beautiful book, All I See is Part of Me, and then we just practice feeling and seeing inside of ourselves as part of the book, and this is what they saw when they were looking inside of
Ooh. How beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and I just want to say something about this book. This book was Nona, who's right here. She introduced us to this book, and what was very fun, if you've ever seen the Science of Mind textbook, it's like this thick, you know, and we put it right next to that and said, this whole book, the Science of Mind text, is all in. All I see is a part of me, and that's all you need to read, and you're done. But if you're in practitioner training, sorry. Back to the SOM. But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you so
beautiful.
much. Thank you. Blessings. Good. All right, are we done? Did I thank everyone? Did I thank
Do we
everyone?
thank?
I think I did. If I didn't thank you anyway. And raise your hand.
And Godly, it's nice having you back as our beautiful anchor here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Aloha.
So if anything's come up for you during the service and you would like spiritual mind treatment or prayer, there is a prayer box in the back that you can put your prayer request in. It's called the Yes box because it's already done in our
It says
minds
yes.
and the spiritual plane. So yes, and I think that's it.
So
think we're ready.
we like to get in a circle at the end to do our closing song.
Take your time.
Take your time. And we'll be meeting about 15 or so minutes afterwards for the men and women's group.
Yes, this is the one that's on our CD. Love thy neighbor, you got to love thyself. You got to give them your helping hand. Love thy neighbor, got to love thyself. You got to give them your helping hand. You got to reach out your hand, see if it's reality. What we got is unity, yeah. Family roots grow like a tree, grow like a tree, yeah. Not just family relations, children of every nation. Come together and rejoice. Use your heart as your voice. Unity.
So what I know right here and right now is there is only unity, only one thing happening at all times, and that is God, good, source, light, energy, whatever you want to call it, it's one thing. And we are it, and we are connected to each other in it. So I know that unity is the truth of who I am, and unity is the truth of who each and every person is in this room is. And I take this out, we take this out into our lives, and we live it, and we share it, and we give it. And we receive the good. I know that, I claim it, I accept it, I just let it be so, as I say with gratitude in my heart, and so it is.
Love thy neighbor,
smile. You've got to give them your helping hand. Reach out your hand. See in this reality, what we got is unity, yeah. Family roots grow like a tree, grow like a tree, yeah. Not just blind creations, children of every nation, of all creation. Come together and rejoice. Use your heart as your voice. Unity. Use your heart as your voice. Unity. 'Cause every heart has a voice. Unity. One big unity. You go.
Eggs today.
The bag of
To put money in for books.
I should be out there, but we don't have any.
It's right there. It's on right behind where John is standing.